Let's do a makeup look on my 63-year-old skin. First of all, we are going to prep the eyelids because ladies, as we become more mature, older in life, our eyelids really take the beating. You can have veins coming through, uneven skin tone, wrinkles and crinkles. So priming your eyelid is a great way to start. And already my eyes are popping open. I like to apply setting powder on top because it really does smooth out the surface and it gets your eyes ready for that beautiful eyeshadow you're going to apply. Are you intimidated by eyeshadows? Pick up a quad that's 4 eyeshadows and that's going to make everything so much simpler. A big palette can be overwhelming. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Palette. And remember, as we mature, our eyes become more hooded. The skin wants to fold over. That's just gravity pulling it down. So we have to create a faux crease. And by going above the natural crease, and I like to take it right into that crease. It won't hurt to do that, but make sure you've got the eyeshadow up high enough. And I'm using the same brush and I'm going in on the outside edge and I am just creating a sideways V. I know some people say this is dated, but it works for mature eyes. It really does. Look at the difference already. If I didn't tell you, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Now let's take my blending brush. Taking the lightest color in the palette, I wet my finger with setting spray. That is also key because it really does a beautiful job grabbing the color and it doesn't flake all over your face. The eye makeup is not over the top. It's beautiful, it's natural, and it's gonna help you look put together, and that's what we want. I do not use eyeliner on top of my lash line because I don't have a lot of real estate there. If I were to use this above my lash line, it would instantly close my eyes up, and that's not what we want to do. Let's tightline instead. This is the Urban Decay 24/7. Super easy to use. It stays on and it makes our eyelashes look thicker. That is another tip and trick. Now let's talk about foundation. In the summer, I like to use serum foundations because they're lighter weight. They really look beautiful on. I already have my SPF, which is also a primer. We have to be careful with mature skin not to use so many layers under our foundation or it will really look bad. When I apply the foundation, I stipple it into my skin. So I am basically pressing it in. Look how pretty that coverage is. I like to use a little bit of a bronzing stick. It helps to lift everything and to give your cheeks that hollow part right there. And when you have a round face, girl, you need it. So what I did was I took my little brush and I softened the forehead with what was left over, came down here on the jowls, because remember, those are a problem area for most mature women. And then I just take what's left over here on that part of my neck. That's it. It's another tip and trick to make us look a little more youthful. How does that sound? Use concealer. A little bit of this one goes a very long way. And then tap it in with your fingers. Then soften it with a brush. Give yourself an eye lift right there on that outside edge. is so pretty. You could stop here. You don't even need blush, but if you want blush, let me show you what I would do. I'm using the NARS. This one is called Orgasm Edge. And I am literally keeping that on that cheekbone, right there. That's it. And then I will softly blend it out. Days of us putting blush on the apples of our cheeks, or in my case, for me to do that, those days are over, because if I put it here, it looks great. And you smile, there it is. And it weighs my face down. That is another good tip and trick. Higher is better. The lines around our lips get much more pronounced as we become older, and we all know that is true. I'm not telling you anything you do not know. So use a long-lasting lipstick as your liner and as your lipstick, and it's not going to run in to those lines. Not at all. This one's by Thrive. Set your makeup. Let that dry. I'll be back in a minute. Now I am just taking a little bit of setting powder and I'm putting that on top of that setting spray. Take it up here and then here. And just like that, my makeup is finished. I look great. I forgot to tell you, I'm using a new product on my eyebrows. I'm testing it out. But girls, stay tuned because I'm going to review it. I really like it. What do you guys think? That's makeup over 60.